Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the broadcast. It is game number 41 of the 43rd season of Mat-Su Miners baseball here at Herman Brothers Field. We're just about ready for game one of double barrel action between the Mat-Su Miners and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Hello again, everybody. Brandon Monty with you alongside Nick Veland. Happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners baseball on YouTube Live. It's a pivotal two-game doubleheader today for the Miners as they get set to take on the Pilots, a team that currently sits one spot above them in the Alaska Baseball League standings. The Pilots entered today's game 25-16, second place in the ABL, 2.5 games ahead of the Miners, who enter this doubleheader 22-18. And with first pitch just moments away, let's look at the starting lineup. First for the visiting Pilots, managed by Jeff Pritchard. Dalen Clifton will bat first. He's in center field. Daniel Mendez is the number 2 hitter, and he'll be catching. Garrett Spain bats third. He's in right. Matt Otino, the number 4 hitter, at short. E.J. Andrews hits fifth, and he's in left field. George Mendozona bats sixth. He's at third base. Jordan Brandenburg bats seventh. He is the designated hitter. Batting eighth is Alex Beza. He's the first baseman, and Malcolm Tipler rounds out the order for the Pilots. He will play second. On the mound today in game one for the Miners, making his 7th start of the year and 7th appearance, a left-hander from West Haven, Utah, by way of Washington State University. It is number 34, Kyler Busch. Busch 3-0 on the year, 1.54 earned run average, which is good for second in the Alaska Baseball League. He's thrown one shutout, a no-hitter against the Anchorage Bucks back on June 13th. This is the first time this year that Busch will face the Pilots. Dalen Clifton trots into the right-handed batter's box. The 6'5 lefty Busch adjusts the rubber and gets set to go as we're just about ready for baseball here in Palmer. Miners going with their camouflage jerseys tonight with gold and green lettering and numbering. For the Pilots, their blue road uniforms with white lettering and numbering, gray pants, white pants for the Miners. Miners also going with their gold caps. The 6'5 lefty Kyler Busch towers over the mound. First pitch of game one is fouled straight back off the chain link fence, making up the backstop. It's 0-1. Temperature at game time, 63 degrees, mostly cloudy skies on an overcast and cool Sunday afternoon here in Palmer, Alaska. 0-1. Fastball misses inside, count even now, 1-1. Dalen Clifton, a .257 hitter for the Pilots, by way of Hawaii, stands in. 1-1 pitch on the way, again fouled straight back towards us in the press box, and the count now 1-2. Kyler Busch won his last outing through a complete game on July 21st against the Chinooks. Went 7 innings, allowing just 1 run on a season-high 8 strikeouts. 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 1 up, 1 down for Kyler Busch in the top of the first. He picks up strikeout number 1 as that brings us to the 2-hitting catcher, Daniel Mendez. Strikeout number 31 on the year for Kyler Busch. Just 31 strikeouts on the year compared to 6 walks as Mendez stands in, a native of Chino Hills, California. Busch from the windup. First pitch. Fastball in there on the outside corner, called strike 1. Mendez went 0 for 1 for the Pilots in game 2 of the doubleheader between the Miners and Pilots on Friday. Left the game after taking a hard foul ball straight back to the mask. 0-1. Another fastball just misses upstairs, 1-1. Mendez, a .275 hitter, 1 for 5 over his last 4 games, and he's 1 for 11 this year in 5 games against the Miners. 1-1. Is lined to right field. This one will drop in front of Justin Kirby for a base hit. Mendez reaches base on a 1-out single. There's a man on first now, 1 out for the Pilots, and coming up to bat, the 3-hitting right fielder, Garrett Spain.
Now batting for the Pilots, right fielder Garrett Spain.
Spain did not have a day to write home about in his last contest against the Miners. In Game 2 of the doubleheader on Friday, went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Lefty on lefty matchup now. Bush comes set at the belt, working from the stretch. First pitch on the way, fastball waved at and missed for strike 1. Spain a 3-hit game last night in the Pilots' 5-2 victory against the Chinooks. Enters today a .265 hitter. 0-1. Breaking ball, popped foul, down the left field line, out of play, the count now 0-2. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. With locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla, you're always covered if a foul ball does damage to your car. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Bush shakes off one sign. Now he's got what he likes. Checks the runner at first. 0-2 on the way. Waved at him. Missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Sets down Spain on 3 straight pitches. Second strikeout of the inning for Bush, and there are 2 away.
Now batting for the Pilots, shortstop Matt Otino.
Strikeout number 32 on the year for Kyler Bush. That brings up the Pilots' cleanup hitter, Matt Otino. Otino homered in Game 1 of the doubleheader 2 days ago. Leads the Pilots with 4 round trippers. First pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Defensive alignment for the Miners today. Sam Thompson is catching. Tanner Carlson at first. Kobe Boulware at second. Caden Hogan at short and Cody Huff at third. Then in the outfield, Colin Montez in left. Eric Webb is in center. And Justin Kirby is out in right. Runner at first. 2 down. Otino at the plate. 0-1 pitch. Fastball inside, 1-1. Otino leads the Pilots in home runs, hits, runs, doubles, and RBIs. He's currently first in the Alaska Baseball League with 31 runs batted in. Kyler Bush comes set. The 6'5 southpaw now ready. 1-1. Fastball ripped towards short. Caden Hogan gathers the short hop, however, throws to second for the force, and the side is retired. Good read by Hogan there on the line drive to stay patient and wait on the short hop, gather it, and throw to second for out number 3. As the Pilots get no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We're through a half an inning of play. Still scoreless here at Herman Brothers Field between the Pilots and Miners. Miners coming to bat in the bottom half when we return. Bottom of the first here at Herman Brothers Field. Score still tied, 0-0 between the Pilots and the Miners as we look at the starting lineup for Tyler LeBrun's Mat-Su Miners. Kobe Boulware bats leadoff and plays second base. Cody Huff, the number 2 hitter, he's at third. Eric Webb bats third, he's in center field. Justin Kirby is the cleanup man, he'll be in right. Tanner Carlson bats fifth, he's the first baseman. Batting sixth and playing left field is Colin Montez. In the 7th spot, catcher Sam Thompson. 8th is the DH Randy Abshire, and the number 9 hitter playing shortstop is Caden Hogan. On the mound for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, making his 8th appearance on the year and 6th start by way of Topeka, Kansas and Missouri State, left-hander Peyton Carson. Carson, a 6'5 southpaw, 1-0 on the year, 2.97 earned run average in 33 1/3 innings of work. Carson won his last outing on July 21st, going 5 innings, allowing 1 run on 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. It's the second time this year that Carson will face off against the Miners. Kobe Boulware stands into the right-handed batter's box. Carson's ready with an over-the-head delivery. First pitch, fastball, misses outside, 1-0. Boulware hitting leadoff for the Miners once again today. 256 hitter on the year. 1-0 pitch. Another fastball, and once again misses outside, 2-0. Boulware's been struggling at the plate as of late. 2 for 20 over his last 6 games. We'll see what he can do this afternoon as the 2-0 pitch on the way. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike 1. The 6'5 left-hander Carson working from the left side of the rubber. Goes into his windup, the 2-1. Fastball ripped into right field. Giving chase is Garrett Spain over towards the right field line. Makes the catch for out number 1. Boulware gave it a pretty good ride out to the right field corner, but Spain able to track it down for out number 1 as we look at the defensive alignment for Jeff Pritchard's Pilots. Daniel Mendez is the catcher, Alex Baez is at first, Malcolm Tipler at second, Matt Otino at short, George Mendozona at third. Then in the outfield, E.J. Andrews in left, Dalen Clifton in center, and Garrett Spain in right. First pitch to Cody Huff, bounces off the plate in the dirt for ball 1. Cody Huff, second on the Miners in average. Enters today a 278 hitter, the youngest member of this Mat-Su Miner team. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside, and for the second straight batter, Carson starts out with 2 misses, 2-0. As we see by the American flag past center field, no breeze today. Still a cool afternoon as the 2-0 pitch is hit well out to left field. Andrews is retreating. He's going back, and this baby is out of here. Goodbye, Mr. Rawlings, as Cody Huff leaves the yard for the 3rd time this year, and the Miners take a quick 1-0 lead.
Yeah, way to put a rock on that bat to send it to left field. Gone out of here, no doubt about it. And what a start for the Miners, getting ahead early on in this ball game, and hopefully they can ride that momentum the rest of the way.
16th home run of the year for the Miners. Again, the 3rd for Huff, as it's a 1-0 game. First pitch to Eric Webb, fastball paints the outside corner, called strike 1. Miners looking to put an end to a 5-game losing streak. Enter today 22-18, 3rd in the ABL. 0-1 pitch on the way, fastball waved at and missed by Webby. It's now 0-2. Webb 1 for 4 with a double, an RBI, and a walk in his last game. Leads the ABL in average at .351. 0-2. Fastball in there for a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Webb set down on 3 pitches. Don't think he liked the call, but regardless, it's out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Peyton Carson, his 30th on the year, and that brings up Justin Kirby. As the birthday boy stands into the right-handed batter's box, a happy birthday to Justin as he'll bat cleanup today for the Miners. The Alpharetta, Georgia native stands in and awaits the first pitch. It's ripped down the right field line, but this one will go into the Miners' bullpen in the right field corner. Foul, it's 0-1. Kirby, a hit in 5 of his last 7 games. Enters this ball game a .243 hitter. Carson shakes off one side. Now he's got what he likes. 0-1 pitch is ripped up the middle into center field, but right at Dalen Clifton as he barely has to move to make the catch for out number 3. But the Miners strike first in the bottom of the first inning. 1 run, 1 hit, a solo home run from Cody Huff over the left field wall. No errors, no men left on base. We're through 1. Here at Herman Brothers Field, the Miners lead the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 1-0. E.J. Andrews stands into the right-handed batter's box as the first pitch to him. A fastball in there on the inside corner for a called strike one. Miners up 1-0 after one after Cody Huff hits his third home run of the season as the 0-1 pitch misses upstairs for a ball. It's 1-1. Second straight game the Miners have hit a home run. Ricky Martinez hit one in the 7th inning of Game 2 of the doubleheader Friday as Andrews rocks this one out to left center field. Montez giving chase in the gap, and he collides with Eric Webb, but makes the catch. So Webb slid to dive for the ball. Montez was giving chase in left center as well. Montez the one who makes the catch. Webb's slide took out Montez, but he was still able to hang on to the ball for a loud out number one. So George Mendozona stands in, sixth hitting third baseman after an interesting out number one. First time we've seen outfielders collide all year in any game this season as Bush goes into his windup. First pitch on the way, fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Mendozona 5 for 16 in 6 games versus the Miners. Awaits the 1-0. A breaking ball ripped down the left field line, but this one will drift foul over towards the Pilots' bullpen in the left field corner. There's some history for Mendozona with Oregon State baseball, as both of his grandfathers played baseball for the Beavers, as the 1-1 pitch fastball in there on the inside corner, and Mendozona's got something to say to the home plate umpire about that one as the count now 1-2. Lefty-lefty matchup. Bush working quickly. 1-2 pitch on the way. Ripped towards short. Good field there by Hogan on the short hop. Throws over to first in time for out number 2. Second time today that Caden Hogan has had a tough play at shortstop on a line drive that's dropped right in front of him, but showing good glove work, working 2 short hops, as that's the second out of the inning as Bush looks to go 1-2-3 in the second. Jordan Brandenburg now the batter. First pitch on the way. Fastball popped in the air, foul over the press box, out of play. The count now 0-1. Pilots have been the hottest team in the ABL as of late, winners of 11 of their last 12 games, as the 0-1 pitch, fastball misses low and inside, 1-1. The Miners have won the last 5 games where Kyler Bush has pitched. We'll see if that trend continues today as the 1-1 on the way is hit high in the air, out to right field. Justin Kirby retreating, still going back a few steps in front of the wall, makes the catch for out number 3. Kyler Busch sets down the Pilots 1-2-3 in the top of the second. Miners coming back up in the bottom half. They lead the Pilots 1-0. Tanner Carlson will lead things off for the Miners in the bottom of the second. It'll be the 5-6-7 for Matsu digging in as Carlson steps into the right-handed batter's box and awaits the first pitch from Peyton Carson. And it's a fastball that misses upstairs, 1-0. Carlson 0 for 6 with 2 strikeouts in the doubleheader Friday. Awaits the 1-0. Fastball in there on the inside corner. Count evens now 1-1. Pilots 11-8 this year on the road. The Miners 12-7 here at Herman Brothers Field. As the 1-1 pitch on the way, fastball runs inside and Carlson dances out of danger. The count now 2-1. Carson ready. Goes into his windup. The 2-1 on the way. Fastball misses low, and it's a hitter's count now for Carlson, 3-1 as Carson steps off the mound and tries to regroup. Pilots with just 3 regular season games left, all on the road. As the 3-1 pitch is on the way, Carlson swings and pops it up, foul, and this one will go straight back over the press box. The count now full 3-2. As for the Miners, after today, they have 2 regular season games left. One on Tuesday, their final home game against the Chinooks, and then they'll travel to Chugiak to face the Chinooks on July 31st to conclude the regular season. As a 3-2 pitch to Carlson misses upstairs for ball 4. First walk of the day for the Miners and for pitcher Peyton Carson as Carlson trots down to first. That's his 13th walk on the year, and that brings up Colin Montez. Montez stands in, coming off his first multi-hit game of the season last game against the Pilots. Went 2 for 4 with a double, a run, and an RBI. Carlson gets his lead from first. Montez squares to bunt and lays one down, drops it in front of the pitcher's mound. Carlson thought about going to second, but instead throws to first for out number 1. So Carson gathered the bunt a couple of steps in front of the mound. Montez hit it in the air. Carson thought about snagging it in the air, but instead let it bounce. As Carlson now moves to second base, Miners have a man in scoring position with 1 down, and standing in the catcher, Sam Thompson. Lefty on righty matchup. Carlson at second, Thompson at the dish. Miners up 1-0. Carson gives a look to Carlson. First pitch on the way to Thompson. Fastball in the outside corner for a called strike 1. Thompson in a slump. 0 for 11 with 3 strikeouts over his last 4 games. Looks to regroup. Stands into the right-handed batter's box. Potentially looking for RBI number 9 on the season. Carson comes set at the belt, the 0-1. Hit in the air, down the right field line. Spain running over to his left, won't get to it, but it lands foul as the count now 0-2. So Thompson trots back in after the foul ball. Carlson still standing on second base. Other action going on in the ABL today. There will be another doubleheader between the Bucks and the Oilers out in Kenai, as the game that was supposed to be played last night was rained out. Most of Alaska seeing a lot of steady rain over the last couple of days, the first real rain we've seen all summer, as there have been multiple cancellations over this last week. 0-2 in the dirt as a cloud of chalk emerges in front of catcher Daniel Mendez. The count now 1-2 to the Bremen, Georgia native Sam Thompson. Thompson hitting 183, 8 runs, 8 RBIs, 3 doubles, 10 walks. The Topeka, Kansas native Carson comes set. Gives Carlson a look at second. The 1-2 pitch is hit in the air, out to right field. Spain is underneath it, makes the catch for out number 2, and Carlson will not advance on the fly ball. So an F9 there for Sam Thompson, as that brings up Ricky Martinez. Martinez stands in. A Morgan Hill, California native, hit a pinch hit home run in the minors last game in the 7th inning, his first home run on the season. Steps into the right-handed batter's box. Runner on second, 2 down. 1-0 Miners in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Carson comes set. The 6'5 southpaw checks Carlson at second base. First pitch to Martinez. Change up right there for a called strike 1. Martinez, one of 5 minors with a home run on the year. The others being Justin Kirby, Eric Webb, Cody Huff, and Matt Palmer. Huff just hitting one in the bottom of the 1st inning. That gave the Miners a 1-0 lead, and that's where the score stands. 0-1 pitch. Fouled straight back over the press box. It's 0-2. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. With locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla, you're always covered. If a foul ball does damage to your car, visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. 0-2 count, 2 outs, runner at second in the form of Tanner Carlson, and Ricky Martinez at the plate. 0-2. Fastball just misses off the outside corner. Good eye by Martinez as the count now 1-2. Pilots currently the hottest team in the Alaska Baseball League, winners of their last 5. They are 5-4 this year against the Miners. Miners looking to avoid losing the season series today. Carson ready, the 1-2. In the dirt. Good block by Mendez as Carlson retreats to second, and the count now even at 2-2. Ricky Martinez at the plate. Caden Hogan waiting in the on-deck circle. Infield playing in normal def for the Morgan Hill, California native Martinez, as he takes a couple of practice hacks and awaits the 2-2 pitch. Pitch on its way. Fastball chopped over to short. Charging is Otino. Backhands it. Throws over to first in time for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base for the Miners in the bottom of the 2nd. We're through 2 here at Herman Brothers Field. Mat-Su Miners leading the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 1-0. I'll throw it over to Nick Veland for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings of this ballgame.
Alex Baeza get things going for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots here in the top of the third inning. 1-0 ball game in favor of the Mat-Su Miners, as the first pitch from Kyler Bush will miss inside for ball one. Baeza, Tipler, and then the top of the lineup for the Glacier Pilots, with Dalen Clifton all due up in this inning, as Bush gets ready with the 1-0 pitch. That's driven into left field, and that will drop for a base hit. Leadoff single for Alex Baeza to get things going here in the top of the third inning, and that'll be the Pilots' second hit of this ball game.
Now batting for the Pilots, second baseman.
Miners have lost to the Pilots in the last 3 games over this past week, as they look to try to avoid that today. Malcolm Tipler stands in. The Austin P University baseball player gets ready in the left-handed batter's box. Lefty on lefty matchup, as Kyler Bush will throw over to first to keep Baeza close to the bag. Bush looks in, gets his sign, checks the runner at first. The first offering grounder over to first. Carlson fires to second in time for one. The throw back to first, not in time. So the Miners will get the lead runner here, as Malcolm Tipler will stand on first on the fielder's choice. Top of the lineup, Dalen Clifton now comes up to the plate. Clifton struck out swinging in the first inning to start this ball game off. Malcolm Tipler stands in at first with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Bush gets ready on the mound, as Dalen Clifton ready at the plate. Kyler Bush ready with the first offering. Hits the inside part of the plate for strike one. 0-1 is the count with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Miners leading the Pilots 1-0, with Malcolm Tipler standing at first. Bush looks over to Tipler and will throw over to keep him back. Tipler back in time, and Bush gets ready on the mound again. Arm dangling off of his side, gets the sign from Sam Thompson behind the plate. Ready with the 0-1, that will miss inside, as they call the balk on that throw, and so Tipler will move over 90 feet to second. And Brandon, over these past couple of games against the Pilots, a lot of balks being called.
And we see that a lot from left-handed pitchers. You know, lefties obviously have that advantage throwing pickoffs because they're facing the bag at first. But again, you've got to keep that leg. If you move your leg over towards first, then you have to throw it over. You can't fake the throw and then go into the motion. A lot of left-handers will do that, and that gets called a balk.
1-1 pitch from Bush, swung on and missed for strike two. And Bush getting ahead in the count now. 1-2 with the man on second now, with Malcolm Tipler in scoring position. Bush shakes off the first sign from Thompson, gets one he likes. Right at the belt on the mound, the 1-2 pitch. Grounded to short. Caden Hogan fields it, throws over to first in time for out number 2. So 2 outs now here in the top of the third inning. Pilots still threatening to score and tie this ball game up with a man on second, as Daniel Mendez will come to the plate for the Pilots. Cloudy day here at Herman Brothers Field, as the sun fighting to get through the clouds, as it rained a little bit before the game, but nothing too serious, as the conditions right now at Herman Brothers Field are perfect for some baseball. 2 outs, top of the third inning, as the first offering of Mendez is in there for a called strike one. Bush gets ready on the mound, looks over at Tipler at second. 0-1 pitch on its way, foul down the first base line, almost into the Miners dugout, as third base coach David Dennis making the play on the ball from the dugout.
And when you throw a first pitch curveball to a batter and he is looking for strike one, then the batter's really guessing. Because normally a curveball pitch that you throw late in the count, but then once you get ahead of him in the first pitch, the batter does not know what to expect. Good job mixing pitches by Bush.
0-2 pitch on its way. Misses upstairs for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Miners leading the Pilots 1-0 as the Pilots have a runner on second. Doubleheader matchup for the Miners today. Second game will start moments after game one concludes. Bush ready with the 1-2. That will miss inside. Bush thought that was strike three, walking over to the dugout. Half the infield was also on their way to the dugout, but the home plate umpire says ball two. 2's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And just a reminder, for a doubleheader game, they are both 7-inning matchups. Bush ready on the mound, the 2-2 pitch. Misses just upstairs for ball 3, and the count will go full. Bush looks in, quickly agrees with the first sign given to him. Looks in, gets set and ready. Mendez at the plate. The payoff pitch on its way. Be fouled out of play. And the count will remain full. All Pilots have to do today is win one of these 2 matchups to secure second place and home field advantage. Miners trying to prevent that from happening and secure home field advantage. As Bush gets set and ready on the mound. Looks over to second and delivers the 3-2 offering. As it's lined over to Hogan at short, he'll catch that one for out number 3. Pilots leave a runner on 1 hit. No errors and no runs scored. We hit to the bottom of the third. Miners lead 1-0. Nine, 1, and 2 hitters for the Miners due up in this ballgame. Miners lead this one 1-0 as Caden Hogan gets settled in the right-handed batter's box to start this bottom half of the third inning. Jeff Verlab heads off to the first base as the Miners' first base coach David Dennis ready at third as the first pitch swung on and missed from Hogan for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, and no outs to Hogan at the plate. As Peyton Carson on the mound, the 0-1 pitch popped up down the first base line. Running over is Alex Baeza. He'll run up against the fence but unable to track it down as that ball will go out of play. And the count will go in Carson's favor on the mound. No balls and 2 strikes. Miners one hit in this ball game, but a big hit at that, as that ball was crushed by Cody Huff to left field over the fence for a home run. As Carson ready with the 0-2 pitch. That's fouled down the first base line. Baeza will stop running as soon as you realize that ball is out of play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Caden Hogan standing at the plate, the Long Beach State dirtbag. Gets set and ready in the right-handed batter's box. Lefty on righty matchup. As Carson ready with the 0-2 pitch on its way. That will miss upstairs and inside for ball 1. Hogan able to work the 1-2 count. Swung on and missed for strike 3 though, as Hogan is down on strikes. Second strikeout on the day for Peyton Carson on the mound.
Second baseman, Kobe Boulware.
As Kobe Boulware stands in ready. Top of the lineup now for the Miners, has Boulware at the plate and Huff on deck. Boulware flew out to right field in his first plate appearance, stands in now with a 1-0 count as the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 offering from Carson on the way, misses outside for ball 2. Boulware able to work the count 2-0 in his second plate appearance, as it was identical in the first plate appearance where his at-bat started with 2 straight balls. 2-0 pitch from Carson on its way, fouled straight back behind us here in the booth at Herman Brothers Field. And Carson able to get a strike there as the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Carson ready with the 2-1 pitch on its way, misses outside for ball 3. Hitters count to Boulware now, as the University of Arkansas Razorback stands in at the plate. 3-1 offering from Carson. Misses way inside. And Boulware will take first. Boulware, a major threat to steal. 13 for 15 on the season in stolen bases. Gets in the pitcher's head as soon as he's at first base, as we will expect to see many throws over to first from Peyton Carson to keep Boulware as close to the bag as possible. As Cody Huff, game's only run so far came from a solo home run from him in the first inning. As Boulware gets his lead off of first, and Carson gets set and ready on the mound. Carson looks over to Boulware at first. The first pitch on its way misses way outside for ball 1. Cody Huff's 3rd home run on the season. His first solo shot came in the first inning. Miners lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the half of this 3rd inning. Boulware gets his lead off of first, and the 1-0 pitch on its way misses outside for ball 2. So pitcher Peyton Carson has to be careful with Cody Huff, as he's riding the hot hand at the plate already this ball game, and has to be cautious with the runner at first to it with Kobe Boulware. Carson ready with the 2-0 pitch on its way is in there for a called strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Pilots have no runs on 2 hits and no errors to the Miners, 1 run on 1 hit and no errors, as Boulware gets his lead off of first. 2-3 strides off the bag as the 2-1 offering fouled straight back to the fence behind the plate, and the count leaving up at 2-2. Eric Webb stands on deck with Justin Kirby in the hole. As Cody Huff will step out of the box and re-step in. As Bowler gets ready off the first base bag. 2-2 pitch on its way, misses outside for ball 3. A full count now to Cody Huff at the plate. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. With Kobe Bowler standing in at first. 1-0 ball game in favor of the Miners. Carson ready on the mound. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play down the first base line, and the count will remain full. Bowler stands in at first. Third in the ABL in stolen bases. Will take his lead off the bag. Cody Huff stands in at the plate. Peyton Carson on the mound. The 3-2 pitch. Bowler goes as that hit and run is popped up to right field. And running over is Garrett Spain. He'll make the catch. And Kobe Bowler able to get back to first in time to prevent the double play. So the hit and run unsuccessful for the Miners.
For the Miners, center fielder Eric Webb.
We'll bring up Eric Webb to the plate with the man on first. The .351 hitter out of St. Peters, Missouri stands in the right-handed batter's box. 2 outs now with the runner on first. Bowler gets a good lead off the first base bag. The first pitch to Webb on its way. Misses outside for ball 1. Cool day for baseball here at Herman Brothers Field in the low 60s. No wind at the ballpark so far. 1-0 pitch on its way. Bowler steals second and will get in safely. Bowler will take off for third as that ball gets away from Malcolm Tipler and will be standing in at third now with 2 outs. So a good heads-up base running there to see no one was really getting that ball after it got behind Tipler. 14th stolen base on the season for Kobe Bowler, as he'll move up 180 feet from first to third with Eric Webb at the plate. Eric Webb with 30 RBIs on the season, looking for his 31st, as he now has a runner at third. 2 outs with a 2-1 count. Peyton Carson on the mound for the Glacier Pilots. 2-1 pitch from him on his way. Foul down the first base line. And the count will go to 2-2. 2's on the board here at Herman Brothers Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Eric Webb at the plate. Carson ready at the belt on the mound. The 2-2 pitch will miss outside for ball 3. Full count now to Eric Webb at the plate. As Carson trying to get out of this one, as the Miners threatening for the first time in this ball game. Payoff pitch on its way. Crushed down the third base line, but that'll go in to the stands for a souvenir for a fan. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. If your car needs a new taillight or just sort of any nut, bolt, or screw, be sure to visit the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Eric Webb at the plate. Carson ready. The payoff pitch on its way misses for ball 4, and Eric Webb will take first. Birthday boy Justin Kirby now at the plate. Has an opportunity here to drive in a run.
Justin Kirby.
Runners at the corners for the Miners. 2 outs in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Kirby flew out to center field in his first plate appearance. We'll see what he can do here today in this situation. Eric Webb gets his lead off of first. Kobe Bulwer gets his lead off of third. First pitch to Kirby on its way. In there for a called strike one on the outside part of the plate. Carson ready on the mound. Gets the 0-1 sign from his catcher. 0-1 pitch fouled out of play. Moving to put Justin Kirby behind now, 0-2. Miners trying to extend their lead here in the bottom half of the third inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. As Kirby stands in with the 0-2 pitch. Eric Webb stealing as that ball runs inside. And there will be no throw as Eric Webb will take second easily. 12th stolen base on the season for Eric Webb. As Miners are being aggressive on the base pass early on in this ball game. Kirby now has 2 runners in scoring positions. A 1-2 count. 1-2 pitch on its way. Popped up. Running over is Baeza. And he'll run as far as he can as that ball will be out of play. And the count will remain 1-2. Tanner Carlson stands in on deck. Lefty on righty matchup for Justin Kirby at the plate. Runners on second and third. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. As Carson will step off the rubber and reapply as he gets set and ready at the belt on the mound. 1-2 offering on the way to Kirby. Misses outside. And there's 2s on the board for the second time in this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Justin Kirby at the plate. Carson looks in from the pitcher's mound. Gets his sign. The 2-2 pitch on its way. Misses in the dirt. Good stop, though, by Daniel Mendez to keep the ball in front of him and prevent a run from scoring. Count will go full to Justin Kirby at the plate for the second batter in a row for Peyton Carson. As he'll step off the mound for a little bit longer time period now. And he'll re-step on. Just trying to collect himself and get ready for the payoff pitch. Runners on second and third, 2 outs with a full count to Justin Kirby at the plate. The payoff pitch on its way misses way outside for ball 4. So Justin Kirby will take that gift from Peyton Carson on the mound and take first base. Bases are loaded for the Miners here in the bottom half of the third inning. Tanner Carlson coming up to the plate with pitching coach for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots coming out to have a chat with his pitcher.
And Carson has really struggled so far in this inning. That's 3 walks now in the last 4 batters, giving away bases, and the Miners will take it. Bases loaded now with 2 down. As coming up will be Tanner Carlson. We'll see if the Miners can cash in. That's 4 walks also on the day for Peyton Carson.
Carlson already being walked on this ball game as he was able to get a walk to lead off in the second inning. So mound visit appears to be over.
Now batting for your Miners, make some noise
Infield
for
for the
first
Pilots
baseman
giving
Carlson.
Peyton Carson some support as well. As the catcher Daniel Mendez will run back to behind the plate. Bases are loaded for the Miners on 3 walks. 2 outs in the bottom half of the third inning. Miners lead this one 1-0 as they're trying to score here in the bottom half of the third inning. First pitch to Carlson on the way will miss upstairs for ball 1.
And you're waiting for a strike here if you're Carlson. 3 walks in the last 4 batters for Carson. He's been all over the place. We'll see what Tanner Carlson's approach is at the dish.
Already ahead in the count 1-0. Carson gets set and ready on the mound. The 1-0 pitch Misses outside for ball 2. As Mendez gives his pitcher Peyton Carson on the mound the sign for the 2-0 pitch. Carson ready at the belt on the mound. Bases loaded for the Miners. 2-0 pitch. Will miss upstairs for ball 3. So Carson really struggling here to throw a strike. As Tanner Carlson stands in way ahead in the count now. Has plenty to work with the 3-0 pitch on the way. Misses inside, and that will walk in a run. Kobe Bowler comes in from third to score. Miners extend their lead to 2-0. Bases remain full for Colin Montez at the plate on a 4-pitch walk to Tanner Carlson. Doesn't get easier than that if you're the Matsu Miners.
Now batting for the Miners left fielder.
They have yet to get a hit in this inning. 4 walks for Peyton Carson on the mound, the 5th of this ball game. Bringing up Colin Montez. Carson gets ready on the mound. The first pitch popped up to Alex Baeza at first. He'll get under it and make the catch for out number 3. So Miners will leave 3 on no hits. No errors, but they will score a run in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. As we head to the 4th, Miners lead 2-0. Kyler Busch heads to the mound for his 4th inning of work with Garrett Spain at the plate. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots here in the top of the 4th inning as the Miners extended their lead in the bottom half of the 3rd as they now lead this one 2-0. Miners still only have 1 hit on the ball game as the 0-1 pitch is tipped foul as Garrett Spain looked to bunt in that situation but will miss. No balls, 2 strikes early on in the 4th inning as Busch shakes off the first 2 signs he gets from Sam Thompson behind the plate. Finds the one he wants. 0-2 pitch on the way, driven in to right field. Justin Kirby called off by Eric Webb to make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting for the Pilots, shortstop Matt Otino.
That'll bring up to the plate Matt Otino as Otino grounded out in the 1st inning. As Otino gets ready in the right-handed batter's box here at Herman Brothers Field. First pitch to to Otino on the way, fouled out of play down the first base line. And the count will go to Bush's favor early, 0-1. As Bush not wasting any time on the mound, we're ready with the 0-1 pitch, as that will miss outside for ball 1. Pilots so far in the ballgame, 2 runners left on base to the Miners 4, as the 1-1 pitch will miss inside for ball 2. As Bush gets set and ready on the mound, 2-1 pitch on its way, as that will miss upstairs. And the count will go to a hitter's count to Matt Otino at the plate with 3 balls and 1 strike. As the 3-1 pitch from Bush on its way, popped up down the third base line. Cody Huff will run over, get under it, and make the catch in foul territory for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning, which will bring up E.J. Andrews to the plate. Kyler Bush sweeps off the mound. After 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning, Andrews makes his way to the right-handed batter's box. As Bush ready with the first offering to Andrews. Off-speed pitch in there for a called strike 1. As that ball has some great movement to move its way into the strike zone. 0-1 pitch on its way, misses in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 is the count, with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Bush trying to work a 1-2-3 inning. 1-1 pitch from Andrews on the way, misses upstairs for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Bush ready with the 2-1. Now a miss outside, and the count will go to a hitter's count to Andrews at 3-1. Back-to-back at bats for the Pilots that they're able to work it to 3-1. As Bush ready with the 3-1 offering. As that ball is lined into center field, Eric Webb will retreat. Back he goes and will make the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Pilots. As Kyler Bush works a beautiful top of the 4th inning. As we head to the bottom half of the 4th, Pilots had no runs on no hits, no errors, and no runners left on. Miners lead this one 2-0. Sam Thompson now to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Miners lead this one 2-0 in the 7-inning doubleheader game. Game 1 here at Herman Brothers Field, a 2:04 start time. as this game just over an hour so far in. First pitch to Sam Thompson, misses for ball 1. As Sam Thompson stands in ready with the 1-0 pitch, that misses upstairs for ball 2. Sam Thompson 0 for 1 on the ball game, flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. As he stands in his second plate appearance of the day, 2-0 pitch on its way, misses outside for ball 3. So Carson on the mound, really struggling here in this ball game, but still no action in the Pilots bullpen. As Peyton Carson ready on the mound with the 3-0 pitch. In there for called strike 1. A 3-1 count. Now to Sam Thompson at the plate. The 3-1 pitch on its way, crushed into left field. E.J. Andrews running back. He'll retreat, get under it, and make the catch for out number 1. So mark that down as an F7 if you're keeping score at home. 1 out with Ricky Martinez coming to the plate. Coach Shadow LeBrun originally had Randy Abshire on the lineup for DHing this ball game, but then when his turn came in the second inning, he subbed in Ricky Martinez as the first pitch to Martinez misses outside for ball 1. One-0 pitch on its way, runs inside and hits Martinez, so Martinez will get first base on the hit by pitch, bringing up Caden Hogan to the plate. Runner at first, 1 out. With Caden Hogan at the plate. First plate appearance, struck out swinging. Top of the lineup for the Miners stands in on deck, Kobe Boulware. As Ricky Martinez stands in at first. Hogan ready on the plate. First pitch swinging as a swing and miss for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike and 1 out to Hogan at the plate. Hogan, a 138 hitter out of Reno, Nevada. As Martinez gets a good lead off of first. 0-1 pitch on its way, swung on and missed for strike 2. So 2 swinging strikes for Hogan at the plate. Gets him down early, no balls and 2 strikes. Carson checks the runner off at first. Gets set and ready on the mound with the 0-2 pitch. And swung on and missed for strike 3. Hogan down on strikes for the second time in this ballgame. Brings up Kobe Boulware. Third strikeout on the day for Carson on the mound. As Peyton Carson only allowing 1 hit so far in this ball game through 3 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit but 5 walks. Only giving up 2 runs so far as the first pitch to Boulware misses in the dirt for ball 1. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. He flew out in the first inning and walked and later scored in the third inning. Martinez gets his lead, the 1-0 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Running over is Baeza in foul territory. Called off by second baseman Malcolm Tipler. Has some good range by Tipler to run from second all the way in foul territory. As the Miners will leave a runner on no hits, no errors, and no runs scored. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Miners lead this one 2-0. George Mendozona stands in the left-handed batter's box to lead off the top of the 5th inning. Miners lead this one 2-0. First pitch to him runs inside for ball 1. Lefty on lefty matchup as the southpaw Kyler Busch out of Washington State on the mound for the Miners in his 5th inning of work. 1-0 pitch popped up into center field. Eric Webb moving a little bit to his right, gets under it and makes the catch for out number 1. So quick first out for Kyler Busch on the mound, which will bring up Jordan Brandenburg. 3 hits so far through 4 innings between both teams. No errors in this ball game, and Miners lead this one 2-0. First pitch to Brandenburg on its way, misses upstairs and inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, and 1 out. With Busch ready with the 1-0 pitch. As that ball is popped up, Tanner Carlson running over in foul territory, gets under it and makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 pop-ups to get Kyler Busch 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning.
Now batting for the Pilots, first baseman Alex Baeza.
As 4 pitches has given Busch 2 outs, so a quick top of the 5th for Busch so far. Brings up Alex Baeza to the plate. The tall first baseman for the Glacier Pilots stands in ready. The first pitch on its way is driven down the third base line. Running over is Colin Montez, but that ball will drop in foul territory, with Montez unable to make the play on that one. 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Baeza stands in the left-handed batter's box. 0-1 pitch on the way from Busch. That misses upstairs for ball 1. The count leaving up at 1-1. Malcolm Tipler stands in on deck as the 1-1 pitch from Busch on its way misses outside for ball 2. Kyler Busch ready with the 2-1 pitch on its way, grounded over past the first baseman Tanner Carlson, unable to make the play on it, as well as Colby Bower, as that his hit perfectly in between them. So Baeza with the 2-out single gives the Pilots their 3rd hit of the ball game.
Batting for the Pilots, second baseman Malcolm Tipler.
Which will bring up the 9-hitter Malcolm Tipler to the plate.
And Kyler Busch had set down the last 8 Pilots he had faced. In fact, Baeza was the last man to reach base for the Pilots back in the 3rd inning. Tipler stands in. We'll see if Busch can quickly erase this single and work another goose egg.
First pitch on its way, misses upstairs for ball 1. Tipler 0 for 1 in the ball game on a fielder's choice. Alex Baeza 2 for 2 after that single, as the 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike 1. Kyler Busch with a great fastball on the inside part of the plate to even the count at 1-1. Baeza gets his lead off of first, as Busch ready with the 1-1 pitch on its way, misses in the dirt for ball 2. Good stop there by Sam Thompson to keep it in front of him and prevent Baeza heading off to second. Busch gets set and ready at the belt on the mound. Kicks and deals the 2-1 offering, as that ball will miss upstairs for ball 3. Hitters counting out at Tipler at 3-1. Baeza stands in at first with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Miners lead 2-0 with Tipler standing in at the plate. The payoff 3-1 pitch, on its way, fouled straight back for strike 2. Baeza will be running on the pitch with the full count in 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Tipler stands in at the plate. Baeza gets his lead off of first. Bush's payoff pitch on its way. Baeza is running for second, and Tipler will foul that one out of play. And the count will remain full here in the top of the 5th inning. That foul ball brought to you by the Palmer Bar. Now with outdoor seating, you can enjoy a refreshing drink and good friends outdoors. In the Alaska sunshine, located in downtown Palmer, the Palmer Bar is a great place to grab a bite to eat. As the payoff pitch from Bush on its way, grounded over to Hogan at short. Hogan fields it, throws down to first in time for out number 3. Pilots will leave a runner on base on 1 hit. No errors and no runs scored. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Miners lead this one 2-0. Cody Huff set and ready to get things going here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2-3-4 hitters for the Miners due up as they lead this ball game 2-0 over the Glacier Pilots. First pitch on its way is driven into center field. Going back is Dalen Clifton. He'll unable to make that catch, and that ball will head towards the wall. Huff rounding second, heading for third, and the throw to third not in time as Huff is in easily. Lead off first pitch triple by Cody Huff on the ball game here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. So Dalen Clifton unable to get under that ball in time as that ball will drop and reach the wall. Cody Huff on the ball game, 2 for 3 now with a home run and a triple. As the infield will play in on the grass for Eric Webb, trying to prevent that run from scoring. First pitch popped up right behind us, out of play, as Webb gets behind 0-1. Eric Webb 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and a walk. No balls, 1 strike, and no outs to Eric Webb at the plate. 0-1 pitch misses outside for ball 1. Cody Huff gets a short lead off of third. Webb gets ready in the right-handed batter's box. 1-0 pitch popped up on the infield. Shortstop Matt Otino gets under it and makes the catch for out number 1. So a big out there by Peyton Carson to get him to pop out, not too deep, for Huff to tag home to get the first out of the inning. Justin Kirby now coming into the plate. Kirby 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a flyout. Looking to bring Cody Huff in here and extend the Miners' lead. First pitch to him on the way. Lined out of play. And the count go to no balls and 1 strike. Good crowd on tap here at Herman Brothers Field for a doubleheader day on this beautiful Sunday for baseball. 0-1 pitch to Kirby on its way fouled. Right behind us at the press box. And the count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. Infield still playing in as they all line the grass on the infield. Carson gets set and ready on the mound. 0-2 pitch from on the way as the off-speed pitch misses upstairs and outside for ball 1. Four hits for the Pilots on this ball game. 2 hits for the Miners. Both of those 2 hits coming from Cody Huff. As Peyton Carson ready on the mound with the 1-2 pitch. That will miss upstairs as the fastball misses for ball 2. Carson on the day with 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. 2 earned runs to his name so far. As the 2-2 pitch will miss inside for ball 3, and the count will go full to Justin Kirby. Full count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Infield in. Justin Kirby ready at the plate. The payoff pitch on its way, swung on and missed for strike 3. Big out there by Peyton Carson again. After a leadoff triple, he gets the next batter, Eric Webb, to pop out on the infield. And just then, Justin Kirby swung on and missed for strike 3 for the second out of the inning. And the infield will go back to their normal positions. 4th strikeout for Peyton Carson, as the first pitch to Tanner Carlson will miss outside for ball 1. So Cody Huff stands in at 3rd. Tanner Carlson at the plate. Carson with the 1-0 pitch. Line down the first base line, but that'll trail foul. And the count will leave it out 1-1. Miners are off tomorrow. But after that, on Tuesday, they'll be right back here at Herman Brothers Field for the last regular season home game. And then after that game, on the 31st, we'll head down to Chukiak for a ball game with the Chinooks. 1-1 pitch fouled straight back, and the count will move to 1 ball and 2 strikes. As that game on Wednesday is the last Miners regular season game, and Thursday's when the playoffs start. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Tanner Carlson at the plate. Home plate umpire signals to Peyton Carson, "You're good to go," and he gets ready at the belt. 1-2 pitch from him on the way is popped into center field. Dalen Clifton under it will make the catch for out number 3. So Miners will get an early triple by Cody Huff, but he'll be left on base, as no errors and no runs scored. We head to the top of the 6th inning. I'm throwing it back over to Brandon Monty for the 6th and 7th to close out this ball game as the Miners lead 2-0.
Top of the order due up for the Pilots here in the top of the sixth as the Miners lead 2-0. First pitch to Dalen Clifton misses low for ball one. Brandon Monty back with you alongside Nick Veland broadcasting Mat-Su Miners baseball on YouTube Live. 1-0 pitch on the way to Clifton, waved at and missed for strike one. Kyler Busch still working strong here into the sixth inning. Has not thrown less than 5 innings in a start since his first start of the year on June 8th. 1-1 pitch. Fastball, check swing, and they appeal and they say strike two. So the count now 1-2 to the Pilots' leadoff hitter Dalen Clifton. Waiting in the on-deck circle, catcher Daniel Mendez. 1-2 pitch is chopped off of Clifton. Hit off the plate, then off his chest as the count remains 1-2. Miners off tomorrow and back here at Herman Brothers Field on Tuesday for the final home game of the regular season against the Chinooks. And then on Wednesday, the regular season concludes in the ABL just the way it started, with a matchup between the Miners and the Chinooks, this time, however, in Chugiak. Busch into the windup, the 1-2. Fastball, check swing on the outside corner. They appeal and say strike three. Third strikeout of the ball game for Kyler Busch, his first since the first inning, and that's the first out of the top of the sixth. That'll bring up Daniel Mendez. 1 for 2 on the day. Singled back in the top of the first and lined out to short in the third. His third at-bat here coming in the sixth inning. The Miners leading 2-0. First pitch. Fastball upstairs for ball one. If the Miners do take game one of this doubleheader, the season series between the Miners and Pilots will be tied at 5 apiece, and that will be decided in game two. As the 1-0 pitch, soft liner down the left field line, and that'll drop fair for a base hit. Mendez is rounding first, and will stay there as it's a single for Daniel Mendez, 5th hit of the day for the Pilots, 2nd for Mendez. As the Pilots now have a runner at first, 1 out for Garrett Spain. Spain, a .265 hitter, is 0 for 2 on the day, struck out swinging in the first and flew out to center in the fourth. Lefty on lefty matchup. Mendez gets his lead off of first. Busch ready from the stretch, first pitch. Slider misses upstairs, 1-0. The Anchorage Glacier Pilots trailed the Chinooks 2-1 going into the ninth last night, but put up 4 runs in the top of the ninth and defeated Chugiak 5-2. 1-0. Swung on, fouled off to the left side, out of play. That foul ball brought to you by the Palmer Golf Course. Summer is the perfect opportunity to work on your golf game. The Palmer Golf Course is located right in the heart of Palmer, just about 2 miles from Herman Brothers Field. Kyler Busch takes a deep breath and comes set at the belt. From the stretch, the 1-1. Breaking ball, waved at and missed, brought Spain to a knee there as he was way ahead of the off-speed pitch, 1-2. Other action in the ABL. The Anchorage Bucks leading the Peninsula Oilers 1-0 in game one of their doubleheader out in Kenai. That's in the bottom of the fifth. 1-2 pitch, misses low, and the count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oilers fighting for their playoff life. Tied with the Chinooks for 4th place in the ABL entering today. The Oilers' season concludes with a doubleheader against the Bucks this afternoon. Runners on the move. 2-2 pitch misses upstairs. The throw down to second base is not in time. It's a stolen base for Daniel Mendez. His 3rd on the year in 4 attempts as the Pilots now have a man in scoring position with 1 down. 66 stolen base on the year for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots in 94 attempts. Both those numbers lead the ABL. Payoff pitch to Spain. Fastball waved at and missed for strike 3. Big punch out there for Bush, his second of the inning, his fourth on the ball game, as that brings up the cleanup hitter, Matt Otino. Otino 0 for 2 on the afternoon, grounded out to short his first time around, and then popped out to third in the fourth inning. The Pilots' leader in home runs stands into the right-handed batter's box. Bush checks Mendez at second, first pitch. Breaking ball upstairs, 1-0. Kyler Bush leans in. The 6'5 left-hander gets his sign from Sam Thompson behind the plate. 1-0. Fastball popped in the air, foul. Over the Miners' dugout on the first base side, out of play. The count now 1-1. Little update on the standings. The Anchorage Bucks 28-13. They have clinched the number 1 spot in the ABL going into the playoffs. The Pilots 25-16, 3 games out in second. 1-1 pitch is lined foul again over the press box, now 1-2. Miners 22-18. Both games today are must-win for Matsu to stay in contention for that second spot. Miners 2.5 games out of the Pilots. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt as a cloud of dust emerges in front of Sam Thompson. Good block by the catcher as the count now even 2-2. Then in the 4-5 spots, the Oilers and Chinooks tied for fourth, both 14.5 games out of first place, battling for that final playoff spot. 2-2 pitch is lined foul just to the left of the third base coach of the Pilots as the count remains 2-2. The hard hit line drive there by Otino. Look out over on that left field side as the count remains 2-2. Runner at second, 2 down. 2-2 pitch again on the way. Breaking ball drops in on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Kyler Bush sets down the side, allows 1 hit, but gets 3 strikeouts. Now 5 on the day for the lefty, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base for the Pilots. Bottom of the 6th coming up, and the Miners lead the Pilots 2-0.
The highlights from Heath, Texas, and Baylor University, Anderson Needham.
Anderson Needham will come in to pitch for the Pilots as Peyton Carson's day is complete. He goes 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Needham enters today a 4-2 record, second in the ABL in wins, earned run average 5.47 in 24 2/3 innings of work. In his last time out against the Miners on July 24th, he was the winning pitcher. As this is 11th appearance on the year for Needham, 8th out of the bullpen. He has 3 starts. He'll face off against the 6-7-8 of the Miners order. Colin Montez is going to lead things off. Sam Thompson in the on-deck circle, and Ricky Martinez will follow them. Montez stands in 0 for 1. Sacrifice bunt in the second inning and a pop out to first in the third as the Marysville, Washington native steps into the left-handed batter's box with an open stance. Needham goes into his motion. First pitch. Fastball in there on the outside corner for strike one, and the count now 0-1. Opponents hitting .211 against Needham this year. He's allowed 19 hits, 18 runs, 15 earned runs. 0-1 pitch to Montez is hit high in the air, out to deep center field. Clifton is giving chase, is running back and makes the over. No, it goes over his head in center field. Montez rounding second and heading for third, and he trots in with a triple to lead off the bottom of the sixth. It looked like Dalen Clifton had tracked that ball down in deep center, went to make the over-the-shoulder basket catch, but the ball skips by him in deep center. Montez trots in with his first triple of the season, and for the second straight inning, Nick, the Miners lead off the inning with a three-bagger.
Yeah, the Miners now looking to possibly add some insurance runs and really secure this victory for him going to the top of the seventh. Big hit there by Montez, and Clifton is having some trouble out there tracking balls down in this ball game.
First pitch to Sam Thompson. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. Cody Huff tripled to lead off the bottom of the fifth, but the Miners left him stranded on a pop-out, strikeout, and flyout. We'll see if they can adjust their fate here as Thompson grounds one to third base right at Mendozona, who is playing in, throws over to first in time, and that one will not do the trick as Montez stays put at third base, and that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Thompson did what you should do in that situation. Really, hit the ball hard and really choke up on the bat and just try to make contact with it, but right at the third baseman, that made a really good play at George Mendozano. So really nothing you can do there for Thompson. One out now.
Infield playing in for the Pilots, all on the grass. Tyler Porter now pinch hitting for Ricky Martinez. First pitch to him. Fastball in the outside corner for a called strike one. Porter's been one of the hottest hitters for the Miners as of late. He has a hit in 6 of his last 7 games, 5 hits over his last 3 games. 0-1 pitch is grounded foul towards the Miners dugout at first base side. It's now 0-2. There is a right-hander getting loose in the Miners bullpen in the right field corner. But with the way Kyler Busch has been pitching, you'd have to think he'd come out and try to throw his third complete game in the 7th inning. 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses way outside and gets to the backstop. Montez is coming home. He will score, and the Miners lead it 3-0. First run scored since the 3rd inning for either team, as Needham's fastball missed way outside out of the grip of catcher Daniel Mendez, and that allows Montez to come home, and it's now 3-0 in favor of the green and gold. Nobody on base now, 1 out. 1-2 count to Tyler Porter. Infield returns to its normal depth. 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses high and outside, 2-2. Porter 1 for 7 as a pinch hitter this year. 2 for 3 in his last game with 2 runs and a double. Awaits the 2-2 pitch from Needham. Fastball in there on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Porter is set down on strikes. First strikeout of the afternoon for Needham. That's his 24th on the year, and that brings up the number 9 hitter, Caden Hogan.
Now batting for the Miners, shortstop, Caden Hogan.
Hogan is 0 for 2. Struck out swing in each of his first 2 at-bats. Stands back in with an open stance in the right-handed batter's box. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch. Fastball below the knees, 1-0. Hogan 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts in his last game against the Pilots. Stands back in. Needham goes into his windup, the 1-0. Breaking ball runs inside and nearly gets Hogan as he has to duck out of danger. The count now 2-0. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pilots in this one. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Miners. 2-0. Breaking ball misses outside, and Hogan's got command of the count now. It's 3-0. Command has been an issue for the Pilots today. Peyton Carson, 5 walks in 5 innings. Needham looking to avoid allowing his first as the 3-0 pitch is on the way. It's a fastball right down the middle for a called strike 1. Caden Hogan at the plate. Kobe Boulware waiting in the on-deck circle. Nobody on. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 3-1. Fastball misses low and outside for ball 4. First walk for Anderson Needham. It's a 2-out walk for Hogan as he trots down to first. That is free pass number 8 on the year for the Long Beach State dirtbag turned Mat-Su Miner, as that brings us back to the top of the order with Kobe Boulware. Boulware 0 for 2. He walked back in the 3rd inning. Outside of that, he flew out to right in the 1st and popped out to 2nd in the 4th. Hogan at first. Needham from the stretch is ready. First pitch. Little number back to the mound. Boulware collects it, flips over to first in time as Needham retires the side there for out number 3. Miners get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base in the bottom of the 6th. As a new pitcher will be coming in for the Miners in the top half of the 7th inning, as the Miners look to close it out here and put their 5-game losing streak to a rest. Top of the 7th coming up. Our score, the Miners 3, the Pilots nothing. Tyler LeBrun has gone to his closer in the top of the 7th inning as number 26, Jacob McNary, has entered the ballgame. Kyler Busch goes 6 shutout innings, allowing just 4 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts, as he will be in line for victory number 4 on the year. McNary trying to pick up save number 8 as he will face off against E.J. Andrews to start the top of the 7th inning. Following Andrews will be George Mendozona and Jordan Brandenburg. Andrews digs into the right-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to deep left field in the 2nd, then lined out to center in the 4th. First pitch for McNary is a ground ball that hits off the right foot of Andrews as he'll walk this one off. The count now 0-1. McNary 0-0 on the year, 1.69 earned run average in 19 2/3 innings of work. This is the 16th appearance on the year for the right-hander from Athens, Alabama. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. The count now 1-1. Opponents hitting 162 against McNary this year. He has 7 saves as well, as the 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball, misses outside and low, 2-1. McNary goes into his windup, the 2-1 pitch. Fastball just misses off the outside corner. It's a hitter's count now, 3-1. McNary, a fastball that tops out in the low 90s. As a 3-1 pitch, a fastball. This one catches the outside corner, and the counts run full, 3-2. McNary's allowed just 11 hits on 3 runs, 17 strikeouts, as the 3-2 pitch is popped foul. Fouled off the catcher, Sam Thompson, as he'll shake his left leg a bit and try to walk this one off. The count remains 3-2. Sun trying to work its way through the clouds out in left field on what's been a relatively overcast afternoon for baseball. Temperature starting to warm up a bit, now 66 degrees in Palmer. Jacob McNary goes into his windup, another payoff pitch. Breaking ball in there on the outside corner for a called strike 3. 18th strikeout on the year for Jacob McNary, his first out of the pen here, as that brings up George Mendozona. Mendozona on the day is 0 for 2. Ground out on a fly out to his credit thus far, as Jacob McNary 2 outs away from save number 8, which would be second in the ABL. First pitch, fastball hit high in the air, out to left field. Colin Montez moves a bit to his left, settles underneath it, and makes the catch for a 1-pitch out number 2. Pilots down to their final out, as Jordan Brandenburg will stand in to the right-handed batter's box. Nobody on, 2 outs. Jacob McNary 1 out away from his 8th save as a minor. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch, breaking ball waved at and missed by Brandenburg for strike 1. Was way out in front of that one, as McNary working quickly. 0-1 pitch on the way. Another breaking ball. This one misses upstairs, as the count now 1-1. McNary takes a deep breath. Now the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there on the outside corner. Good locating there by the righty. And the Pilots are now down to their final strike. It's 1-2. McNary ready, 1-2 pitch. Fastball low and outside, 2-2. A win here would put the Miners a game and a half out of second of the Pilots. 2-2 pitch. Fastball low, and the counts run full, 3-2. Three-two count, nobody on, 2 outs, the pitch on the way. Breaking ball fouled off by Brandenburg to the backstop, and will do it again at 3-2. Reminder, folks, that doubleheader games go just 7 innings, and Game 2 will be coming up shortly after the conclusion of this one. 3-2 on the way. Breaking ball in there on the inside corner for a called strike 3, and the ball game is over. The Mat-Su Miners pick up the victory. They shut out the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 3-0 and put their 5-game losing streak to rest.
1 game down, 1 to go.
Miners take Game 1 of the doubleheader. 3-0 the final. The Miners now 23-18 on this 2019 season. The Anchorage Glacier Pilots drop to 25-17. Miners now a game and a half out of second place in the Alaska Baseball League standings, and they are now 13-7 here at Herman Brothers Field. We'll have Game 2 coming up here for you shortly, as we'll take a quick intermission between ball games. Again, the final score of Game 1 of this doubleheader. Your Mat-Su Miners back in the win column. They defeat the Anchorage Glacier Pilots in a shutout, 3-0. Alongside Nick Velan, this has been Brandon Monty. We thank you for tuning in on YouTube Live to Mat-Su Miners Baseball. Game 2 is coming up shortly.